The Trojan War. More than 1,000 years before Christ, near the eastern end of the Mediterranean, was a great city, very rich and powerful, second to none on earth. The name of it was Troy, and even today no city is more famous. The cause of this long-lasting fame was a war told in one of the world's greatest poems, the Iliad. So the Greek fleet made ready. 1,000 ships carried the Greek host. They met at Aulis, a place of strong winds and dangerous tides. Impossible to sail from as long as the north wind blew, and it kept on blowing day after day. The army was desperate. At last the soothsayer Calchas declared that the gods had spoken to him. Artemis was angry. One of her beloved wild creatures, a hare, had been slain by the Greeks, together with her young, and the only way to calm the wind and ensure a safe voyage to Troy was to appease her by sacrificing to her a royal maiden, Iphigenia, the eldest daughter of the commander-in-chief Agamemnon. This was terrible to all, but to her father hardly bearable. Nevertheless, he yielded. His reputation with the army was at stake, and his ambition to conquer Troy and exalt Greece. He sent home for her, writing his wife that he had arranged a great marriage for her to Achilles, who had already shown himself the best and greatest of all chieftains. But when she came to her wedding, she was carried to the altar to be killed. She died, and the north wind ceased to blow, and the Greek ships sailed out over a quiet sea. But the evil price they had paid was bound someday to bring evil down upon them. When they reached the mouth of the Simwa, one of the rivers of Troy, the first man to leap ashore was Botticellius. It was a brave deed, for the oracle had said that he who landed first would be the first to die. Therefore, when he had fallen by a Trojan spear, the Greeks paid him honors as though he were divine, and the gods too greatly distinguished him. They had Hermes bring him up from the dead to see once again his deeply mourning wife, Laodamia. She would not give him up a second time, however. When he went back to the underworld, she went with him. She killed herself. The 1,000 ships carried a great host of fighting men, and the Greek army was very strong, but the Trojan city was strong too. Priam, the king, and his queen, Hecuba, had many brave sons to lead the attack and to defend the walls. One above all, Hector, than whom no man anywhere was nobler or more brave, and only one a greater warrior, the champion of the Greeks, Achilles. Each knew that he would die before Troy was taken. Achilles had been told by his mother. Very brief is your lot. Would that you could be free now from tears and troubles, for you shall not long endure, my child, short-lived beyond all men and to be pitied. No divinity had told Hector, but he was equally sure. I know well in my heart and in my soul, he said to his wife Andromache, the day shall come when holy Troy will be laid low and Priam's people. Both heroes fought under the shadow of certain death.